Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Her Excellency Tiguidanke Camara, Chair and Founder, Tigui Holdings and Tigui Mining Group.
Thank you.
10 minutes on the clock, please.
Dumelo, Botswana. At least I learned that little word. How are you today? Thank you for having me. As I said, I am Her Excellency Tiguidanke Camara, Chair and Founder of Tigui Mining Group and Tigui Holdings. And what I'm supposed to be talking about today is about how to break barriers, how to diversify one activity. First of all, barrier. I don't even like that word, barrier. The only barrier that you could set yourself with is when you stop yourself from attaining the level of height that you want to go for. So for me, there is no barrier in life. It's about how I'm going to be able to attain my objectives. So let me tell you a little bit my story. So at age 22 years old, I started my first mining venture. You know, coming from a political background, I have a father who's a politician, a mother who's an entrepreneur. They gave me a piece of land. But of course, I was in America, trying to get my paperwork, so I couldn't come to Africa then. So my mom was doing the business for me. So I went through that process of learning, and then with my modeling career, because maybe many of you don't know, I am also a model. I used to be a model in the United States. So during those times, I encountered many businesses in the jewelry world. Most of them had mining licenses in Africa, or they were buying the jewels, the stones from Africa. And those were like around 2009. Internet was there, but not as we have it today, where you could just sit in a second, get as many information that you want. So for me, at that time, I didn't feel like there were a lot of women involved in the mining sector. And then these guys were having their licenses in my native country, Guinea, Conakry, so a country that's very rich in mineral resources. So I decided to go a little bit deeper into the mining sector once I acquired my paperwork in America. So my first venture, I started with 1,000, the savings, some of the savings during my modeling career. And then I went back home, bought some licenses, a total of 352 square kilometers in gold and diamond. So mind you, besides the fact that my parents gave me a piece of land that was run by my mom, I did not have no basic knowledge of the mining sector. So I had to go in, write that, and I had to learn everything ground up. But what did I do? I had to surround myself with people that have the know-how. I was not scared to go into a sector that I didn't understand anything of. So that's what I'll tell you guys, because they tell me I have to give you tips. So don't be scared to go into any areas that you are interested in, even if you don't have no knowledge, but make sure that you surround yourself with people that know the sector, and you could also self-educate yourself, So that's what I did. So I was on the ground with my team 24/7. That's what makes me one of the youngest mining executives in West Africa. So my company is owned 100%, and I self-finance myself 100%. That comes back to the second tip, banking. We young women, we know in Africa, we don't have all the necessary assets to fund our businesses. Bank loans is not easy. When we talk about our culture, the males are dominant. They inherit everything. We need to get married to get something. So I was like, no. I went to many banks, and they were asking so many things that I couldn't provide at time also. So I said, no, I need to find another way. So think there is always a way of getting what you want, not the route that has been put here for everybody to do. So basically, they say if you got to start a business, definitely you have to go through the bank loan and all that. So I had to skip that. I had my little saving, and then I started doing this system that we call back home susu. So I don't know, among you here, women, you know, we have a groupment of young ladies. You put money, and then you pass it on. You put it together, you invest, and then you have to put back the money. But it's like that I was doing it alone. It was not a group. So every time that I have an objective, I put a certain amount that I want to use, and I have to make the most out of that. If I fail, it's fine, but I'm not staying down. You know, I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna continue pushing till I reach the objective that I want for myself. So never give up. So when I started my mining, my first partner ran off with all the assets. We bought diamonds, we bought golds, we started selling it off. And what he did, we bought even machineries. He ran off with everything, valued about $10 million. So I found myself back at base zero. But I did not let go. What did I say? You only limit yourself. And if you have a passion, you have to always go forth. And I know here today, many of the young people here, 20 under, you are dealing with that, right? You're scared of failure. Don't be scared of failure. The only thing that you have to be scared of is when you fall, that you cannot get up, okay? So I started with the mining, and today I have 13 businesses that I run. So my first one was Tigui. Thank you. So I started with Tigui mining gold, and then every time I am on the ground, like I told you, I learned on the pack. Every time I felt that my company needed something, what did I do? I created. So basically, to help me move as an entrepreneur, but to also give service to other people. So that's how I found out myself with 13 different activities, starting by mining, agriculture. Agriculture actually sprung from my mining activity as part of my social corporate responsibility. Because when you go on the mining fields, most of the villagers, they are not really miners. They do agriculture. They do other activities. And then when you come in as a company, as a mining company, they want to take you for the government. I was like, no, I'm not here to take the government place. But as a mining company, we do have responsibilities. And then finding out that you guys, your primary activity is agriculture, so I started investing in agriculture. And then just doing that, I was also empowering the local community while empowering local entrepreneurship. So I will team up with the agricultures, the farmers, and we will do some activities. I will finance, and then we will develop that sector. Through the mining and through that activity, I created a luxury product that's called Moha. Moha does food, Moha does textile, it springs into real estate, private jets, so Tigui jets, be on the lookout, coming up very soon. So as you see, and there is also a link between all the activities that I do. You know, through MOA, which is also the brand of our company, we have at least 7 areas that goes into MOA. So I talk about private jet, real estate, food, textile, cosmetic, you know. So all that also goes into what we call right now made in Africa, luxury for Africa, which I'm one of the pioneers. I don't know if you are aware, I'm also a supergroup member from the UNDP program. So we push luxury in Africa. Africans have to be more comfortable using products coming from Africa because we tend always to think that anything that is done in Africa is not good. It has to come from abroad for it to have some value. So with my fashion background, I'm also bringing that little knowledge, that little touch into the fashion background because in America, I was also director for Thomas Pink. I'm sure some people have heard of Thomas Pink shirts, which is a brand of Louis Vuitton, of Bonpoint, and then we used to do clothing for all the the celebrities, we dress up like children of Obama and so forth. So I have a knowledge about what luxury is about. So that's what I'm bringing into this company called MOA, which is the baby of our conglomerate of 13 enterprises that pretty soon you will see. So what else I'm going to do, tell you also about barriers, because the subject is barrier and how to diversify. Second barrier that I will talk about is borders between countries. But that is being solved with the AFCTA program. Many of us have noticed that we came into Botswana easily because they facilitated things for us. It's the same thing too when you are dealing with goods. Your company is in Nigeria, but you are interested in buying something in Botswana or in South Africa. Sometimes it is not easy to get your products across. You have like issues like custom issues, so many other things that I will not even finish talking about right now. Oh, my time is up. That was 10 minutes already? Well, I wanted to have a little bit of one-on-one, or at least one or two questions with the audience. Can I have that, I think? I think my time is up, but is there someone who would like to ask a question? Because I wanted to do that. To have somebody ask me a question. Yes, my dear. Yeah.
Okay, so my question would be, I hope everyone can hear me, yes? No, maybe? Okay. So my question would be, well, for us young women getting into the business sector, it is really difficult for us, considering a lot of people look down on us because of our age and because of our gender. So are there like platforms that can help us regarding those issues? Because we really face difficulties talking to people older than us for them to understand us and believe in us.
Yes. Thank you for that question. Like I said, first of all, for me, there is no barrier. But luckily, there are platforms. For example, I am a member of the UNDP Supergroup. We just put in place this program that's called Timbuktu, which we have about $1 billion for funding for young people. So what you will do later on is catch up with me and then tell me what's your profile, what's your interest. We're going to see how we could further your business. There is also a platform that we just launched in South Africa before coming here, her AFCTA. So it's about trading, how to interconnect, how to develop women entrepreneurship. So that's another platform that's there. You could just go and then check us out through the AFCTA program. And then we'll be able to help you out through training, founding, and running the business. Thank you.
Hello.
Yes, hello. Hi, Blessing.
I know that running business, you need to be able to build great network and maintain that network. What are the tips you have about building and maintaining network that lasts, decades or even spend the test of time?
Good. First of all, never be scared to ask when you need help. Like today here, you have noticed few people. Don't be scared to go to them and ask. First of all, that's why we are here, okay? Always be professional. That's how you will always keep the network going for long and long. And be attentive to the things that they tell you. The people that give you the time to teach you, give them feedback. Let them know where you are going. It encourages them to help you more. So that is, for me, that's the tip. Professionalism, keep on pushing, and don't be afraid to ask questions. Okay? Thank you so much for your attention. Thank you.